Hi, I'm Congressman Kevin McCarthy. Thanks for spending a little time with me. As you know, September marks Family Health and Fitness Month. And if you're anything like me, during this COVID time, I've seemed to put on a few more pounds. What do we do to stay healthy? I have a friend of mine. A lot of you know who he is. He's pretty famous because he's pretty good at his sport at Nascar. But the great thing I love most about him, not just his first name, but that he comes from Bakersfield. Kevin Harvick is with us today. The great thing about technology today, being on this Zoom call, even through COVID, that we could do it, we actually asked a few students back in Bakersfield in different schools, what question would they want to ask about this? And so let's take some of these questions.
I want to know how you stayed in shape during this pandemic.
I've got two kind of young Australian shepherds. They're very active. They've taken me out a little more, so I go out through Cal State.
It depends on the time of year. So everything we do for the most part is outside. So for me, the heat training is probably the biggest piece of it. So probably 3 days a week. And then since Keelan has been at home every day, we run together. We run 2 miles together 3 days a week.
During this quarantine, I've learned how to do push-ups and pull-ups. I want to know, what's your favorite exercise?
Keelan and I, we like to go on our 2 mile jogs and you know, ultimately it becomes a race because pretty much everything we do around here is a race. And so it has become a race to see how fast we can run that 2 miles without, you know, one or the other falling out and having to stop and walk.
I was wondering, what are the ways you've been able to exercise while working during the last 7 months of the virus?
I can't do as much as I have because I don't have a gym at home. But any chance I can from running and others I'm able to do right now with my own push-ups and sit-ups as well.
So, you know, when we got into the situation that we were in with COVID, first thing I did was get the bikes down. We've got the bikes down. Piper has her first bike now. She's got her training wheels and out in the driveway with us. Keelan, he's obviously he's beyond the training wheels at this point. So we built him a jump and we can ride in the driveway. We can ride up and down the street. And really you can do that in a number of different ways. You don't even have to have a bike. Go find your friends, go walk down the street, go run down the street, make it a competition, run around the block, see who can run around the block the fastest.
Being an elite athlete, my question for you today is, how do you stay mentally and physically fit during this time?
So I've tried to eliminate things that don't affect me. If it doesn't affect my family and my life and the things that we are doing, don't overthink it. Don't worry about what everybody else worries about. Worry about the things that affect you. How can you make yourself better?
What kind of healthy food do you eat?
From all the negative things about COVID, there are some positive things. Families can be closer. They can eat better in the process. My only problem is DeWars has made this drive-through a little closer to my house. And and they keep it open an hour later. I mean, I'm keeping them in business. I can always feel, but I love little DeWars, little Frugattis, and always some Smith's Donuts. And thanks for being willing to take a little time, take a few questions from the kids back in Bakersfield, and they're rooting you on. And please stay healthy and the whole family together.